Right. We have Don Sutphin joining us virtually. Hello, Don. Ellen, are you
Hello, everybody.
I'm reading. I just need her to move that down.
Jeez.
No, well, she has to move. I can't. I have no control over my screen. Sure. Oh, okay. Is there a request to withdraw specific items from the consent agenda?
Jeez.
Nobody?
Second.
I don't think you have to second. You don't have to second that. Okay, now.
Any discussion? I'm hearing a hard time with all this feedback.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, consensus items be approved.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carried.
Public comment. Sorry. This is the approximate position and time that the board has designated to receive statements from individuals and groups. The board will review all statements, then respond appropriately at a future meeting. All persons in attendance are required to sign the attendance sheet and designate their representation status. For example, parent, teacher, bus driver, chamber of commerce, etc. There's a 2-minute time limit.
Did we get anything emailed in? No?
Nothing. Nobody?
Okay. Moving on.
All right. All right, new business, that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the resignation of microcomputer repair technician Jeffrey Meister be accepted effective August 31st, 2020. Mr. Meister will be returning from PEL as a, are we good? As a Spanish teacher effective September 1st, 2020.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carried.
New business appointments for Peterson. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Jamie Peterson be appointed as an alternate CPSE chairperson to assist with CPSE meetings for the 2020-2021 school year.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Ashley Reinhard Mohn, who is initially certified in students with disabilities B through 2 and 1 through 6, and childhood education B2 and 1 through 6, be appointed as an extended leave substitute teacher for Mrs. Alicia Brown, effective approximately September 2nd, 2020, and ending approximately October 29th, 2020. Salary is $115 per day.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the district-wide safety plan and building response plan for the Eden Central School District be approved.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, school lunch prices be approved as follows. K through 5 breakfast $2, K through 5 lunch $2.20. 6 through 12 breakfast $2.10. 6 through 12 lunch $2.30.
Second. Any discussion?
I'd like to point out that we're not raising the prices from the 1920 school year rate for this year.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Any abstaining? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education authorized the transfer of the 2019-2020 unassigned fund balance as of June 30th, 2020 to the following reserves. Technology reserve, $300,000. Capital reserve, vehicles, $250,000. Capital reserve, building, $200,000. Repair reserve, $128,734. Retirement contribution reserve, TRS subfund, $200,000. Unemployment reserve, $100,000. Employee benefit accrued liability, $83,358.
Second.
Any discussion?
I'd like to point out that the funds going in the technology reserve, the capital reserve for vehicles, the capital reserves for buildings, all require voter authorization to utilize those funds once they're entered into it. The repair reserve is in anticipation of some repairs. We know that the cogen facility is going to require it, hopefully before the beginning of the school year. Retirement contribution helps pay for the TRS mandated retirement system. Unemployment, we had $95,000 in unemployment claims at the end of last year. And the accrued benefit liability is for retirement incentives per contract and payout vacation time when someone leaves.
Anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carried.
Business report.
So I just wanted to point out that things are going a little bit off schedule this year. The UP Great Pay Grant, which we usually get funding for, and the application due by June 30th, just had the application released this past week. So it is not due until after September 1st, which it's just an offset of timing this year due to COVID and other financial implications at the state level. And then the New York State Comptroller released information that sales tax revenues in the state are down 8.2%. Why is that important? Erie County shares part of their sales tax revenue with us every year.
Is there any, are you done? I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cut. Is there any indication from the state that the preschool grant won't be honored or approved or?
No, it appeared there was some sort of delay on getting the numbers to the grant unit. It could be because people have been working remotely during time. I really
Okay.
don't know the answers, but we're not believing that we won't be funded for it this year.
Okay. I think that's you, superintendent's report?
All finished? Okay, superintendent's report.
It's only my third meeting. So I want to bring the board up to date on some of the work that the administrative team has been doing. We had our second of three parent forums this evening. This was an in-person forum. The third one is scheduled tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. They will be live streamed, so folks who are not comfortable coming in can watch the presentation from their home. We did have a Facebook Live event last night, which was very lively. We did get hacked. I have to give Lucinda a lot of credit for the way we were able to reboot. Really, I'm on the fly and turn that into a Zoom meeting. Continue to answer the questions that were provided by some families. Yesterday afternoon, we had a Zoom meeting with our teachers and support staff. There were about 175 or 180 folks that participated in that meeting. We talked about teaching, learning, and safety, and return to school, and so on and so forth. Our plan is published on our website. Each of our building principals is working with education teams to fine tune how things are actually going to look when we bring students back to the session. As you were aware, late last week, we decided that it was in our families, our community, and our school's best interest to offer a remote-only option. So we did do that. As of late this afternoon, we had about 80 students whose parents requested a remote learning option. We did extend the deadline. The deadline was originally today, which didn't make much sense since we have meetings today and tomorrow, so we extended it to Friday. But I don't anticipate a huge increase in that number. And I that's the testament to our school system. So if you have any questions about that work at this point, I'd be happy to answer them for you.
For the days students are in school and they're learning remotely, how do we know how much work are they participating live in the classroom? Are they?
So that's really dependent on the level. In some cases, there will be an opportunity for daily interaction. It may be synchronous, which means at the same time. It may be asynchronous, which means a recorded video or lesson. Lessons at a different time. Thank you, Mr. Stuffman. So, yeah, there'll be a variety of opportunities, really based on the student level. As I said earlier tonight, we're really pushing our teachers to plan like they never have before. Because they will have children in front of them, they will have children at home, and they will also have some children who are fully remote. We're going to need to be patient and provide a lot of professional development for our teachers to really make this as robust as it can be. We are working on publishing our remote learning, virtual learning descriptions. That's one of the recent things that the governor asked us to do. And so that should be available on our website within the next couple of days.
Okay.
Jeff, it seems that 6%, 80 students is roughly 6%. Seems like a low number to me, which is awesome. I think I've attended both of the hijack meetings last night and the one today. And I think there's a lot of good questions, there's a lot of really solid information. In talking to some other districts who have a similar model to ours, are you getting any numbers of that more are opting out, more are choosing a virtual only, or is that so in comparison to other districts that are in a similar situation?
It varies by region. So I had a meeting earlier today, and one of the schools in the southern tier had about 40% opting to go remote. The schools in our area are closer to what our percent is.
And just to comment again, I watched both from the comfort of my own home. There's a lot of solid information, and the team that we had, in particular today, is very knowledgeable, experienced staff. And yeah, we don't have every answer yet, but you can tell that virtually every question that comes up, someone's thinking about it. So it's impressive.
Thank you. Other questions?
I do have one more quick one. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
In the event that it is synchronous learning, I'm going back to the kids when they're not in school. How, I guess I'm like envisioning, like, is the teacher carrying around a laptop? How do we know how that would look in the classroom?
So educators have different levels of comfort with technology. We know that.
Yeah.
Right? They have different levels of comfort with a lot of different things. And that's okay. Some of the teachers in our meeting yesterday were sharing with their colleagues how they would do it, which is wonderful. And you know, I can envision, although I'm not requiring this, a teacher working with children in front of her, similar to what I'm doing right now, and providing information, interacting with people in front of them while students are at home. And that's ideal. That would be great. But we also know that all of our families can't support that. That particularly parents of younger children are going to need an opportunity to support instruction at a different time. So there's recording features and so on and so forth. when our teachers really dive into the planning, I think their thinking's going to start to shift a little bit as well. And you know, we'll be there to support them. I know that our technology team has been, you know, working really hard to meet the needs of the staff as well. Okay, thank you.
Board report roundtable.
Anybody?
You guys hear me? Yeah. All right. So met with campus and Young and Wright this morning, moving the capital project along. So that's moving ahead. The seeker has been started, and we're basically on track for a December referendum vote. So more to follow, but things are moving forward.
Anybody else? All right, so the future dates. The next regular Board of Education meeting is September 16th, 2020 at 7 p.m. in the Eden Elementary School auditorium. And now executive session. Could we go to just B? Could we go to the next one, Lucinda? B. The one underneath. We don't need that information. There we go. Yeah. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education enter executive session to discuss the employment history of a particular person or persons.
Second.
Aye.